Alright, so here we have a Portulacaria Afra, also known as the speckworm, and that's from southern Africa. It's actually, a bit of trivia, a favorite food of the giraffe. So it's a fun little plant. It's more of a plant than a tree, but ultimately you can craft it to look more like a tree over time. It is a favorite for bonsai enthusiasts, especially beginners or novices, because they can take a beating. They respond well to root pruning and branch pruning. They can cut from, you can propagate them from cuttings relatively easily, and they're very forgiving. So it's pretty fun. This one I separated out from the parent plant, and I wanted to create that African style canopy using a two trunk kind of design. And I'm getting there, but what has become apparent is I need to take a few more extra steps to get us there faster and have a better result. So for that, we're going to conduct an experiment. And to be fair, I only have so much space under the lights, and I reserve that space in the winter to more exotic trees. So this one hasn't gotten the love and attention that it deserves, but we're going to fix that today. So a couple of things that I'm going to do. You can probably notice this trunk has a bit of a lean. So I'm going to straighten out the trunk. And then I'm not crazy about this straight piece here. We need some movement. And then this portion here sits a bit higher. So I'm going to kind of have this movement complement the rest because the dominant side is on the left. So I'm going to straighten that trunk. I'm going to wire the right-hand side limb to make it a bit more appealing. And probably the most important thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of these, which is also known as a pond basket. When a plant has a typical container like this, the roots will just grow around and around, and it limits their water and nutrient uptake. Whereas these, now it's got all these access to air, so when a root touches that air, it dies, and then it splits, and then it splits, and it splits. And what that does is it just creates a dense fibrous root ball. And that, of course, is the ideal goal for a bonsai tree, because now you're absorbing more nutrients and water in a small, artificially small container. So by doing all of those things, and if we put it under intense light and we fertilize, because these plants do respond very well to heavy fertilization, we should see some almost immediate results. So this is its current state. I'll post a video here in a second when I've finished repotting it and wiring it. And then we'll wait, give it a couple months, and I'll post again in the early spring, summer, and we'll see what the result looks like.